Beautiful, right? It's kind of hard to think about depression out here, but I want to talk to you guys about depression today. I never understood depression most of my life till I got dealt with it myself. My understanding about it was, you're sad, you're just copping out of life, just get up, get out, get some air. You're just gonna sit around here and be sad all day. It was a pretty bad description of depression. I dealt with it myself. I was literally floored to the concrete, like I was on drugs. Didn't have no idea what was going on. Didn't know where I was. Went to the mental hospital. Didn't know how I got there. It was just a trip. It was crippling how strong depression really was. And when my friends that love me, all of my friends that love me were trying to deal with this, and when I was going through an episode, I guess, a depression, and I would see them trying to deal with me and say stuff like, "You got to get out of this room, man." You guys wouldn't believe it now that I'm out here, that I used to put thumbtacks in my curtains to kind of block out the outside so that people didn't know I was home or whatever, and I could just kind of stay there to myself and stay in my room and, I don't know, just be sad. But I said that when I came out of it, that I wanted to study depression and teach my friends how to deal with people that are depressed. And I came up with some pretty good things. And one of them is, they can't just hop out of the room and break depression. If anyone could just pop out here and say, "There you go, I'm happy, I'm cured," then we wouldn't even have depression. So telling them something like, "You just need to get out of here, you just need to be happy," it only makes them feel more trapped inside, that they're helpless to fix this, and they can't just pop up and come out here and be healed, or they would. Instead, maybe tell them that you believe in them, tell them you love them, tell them you're there for them. One thing that depression makes you think, that you're an inconvenience to everyone, and that you'd be better off just to leave. And everybody that deals with depression deals with that same thought. They think that their depression is different than anyone else's, and that nobody experiences it on that same level as they do, and everything else outside of that is just a percentage of what they're actually dealing with, and nobody would understand them. Nobody possibly knows what they're going through. And even though you might know what they're going through, you want to help them with encouraging words of, "I think you're strong, I think you can beat this. I'm here for you. You're not an inconvenience to me." Don't bother them. Don't press them. When you call your friends to check on them, don't just call them and say, "Hey, how you doing, man?" Because that's a good one to duck. You call me and ask me how I'm doing, no problem. I got you dodged. I just say, "Oh, good, I'm doing good. Yeah. As soon as this weather breaks, I'm gonna get out and do some stuff and whatever." When you call your friends to check on them, ask them what they're up to. Asking, "Oh, look at that sun, that's beautiful, huh?" When you ask them what they're up to, it'll give you a story. If they're not up to nothing and they're just sitting around waiting for the weather to break, they're probably dealing with some depression. Maybe you should go over there and check on them. If they're not up to nothing, then they're not doing nothing anyway. You might as well check on them. If they're busy, if they got a list of stuff that they're up to, they got this. Depressed people aren't busy. They don't have a lifestyle of busyness, because you're only focused on being depressed at that time. And so that give you a clue to how to go to check on them, and understand that maybe you don't understand before you get there, and that things aren't as black and white as they seem. Like I said, it was crippling to me, and about the only thing I'd want to hear is that you're there for me. Maybe suggest something that you read. "Hey, I read that if you go out of your way to bless someone else, maybe you can break depression," and maybe ask them what they've tried in the past and what theories have worked for them. It's all very suggestive. It's not, you don't push your theory on them. The number one thing you want to tell them is that you're there for them, you care for them, you love them, they're not an inconvenience to them. That's it. I think that's it. Love you guys. Later.